Welcome to the very first episode of this new podcast, Drop the Story. My name is Jerad Hobaugh, and I am going to be the host of this new venture, this podcast that is going to be interviewing inspiring minds, people who are, at the forefront of the human potential movement, of the coaching world, of the artistry that is blooming in our society today. They are the types of people that are really pushing the envelope in returning to a way of being that feels more wholesome and grounded and honestly healing for our culture. I've been in media production for 11 years. I went to school for visual journalism that included both photography and filmmaking. It's been a really interesting dive into what it means to be a storyteller, what it means to be a creative. And so one of the main intentions I have for this podcast is to remain relatable while introducing some higher level concepts and learning from the guests that I have on the show about things that are probably going to stretch, my mind as well as the minds of the listeners, because these aren't your average day conversations. These are about going deep. This is about, looking into the power of spirituality and of right relationship to the earth and of visionary business. What I'm trying to do with this is to give platform, using my creative talents, using my storytelling skills, to those types of voices, looking at what is in the way of cracking that code and being the most vibrant, audacious, inspired versions of ourselves is something that I want to help guide people towards, because it's something that I've struggled with the most in my life. There is this idea that the wound carries the medicine. Like where there's the cracks in us, there is also the deepest potential for our gifts in the world. I've watched what it takes. I've watched the confidence that it takes to be under the lights in front of the camera, sharing boldly. How is it possible for these types of people to feel so aligned in what they believe, in what they practice, they're walking the talk, that they're able to do it unabashedly? I'm not saying that they don't have fear. Fear is a natural part of being in the arena of life. And that is something that I'm facing right now, and even recording this episode, because it's been so comfortable for me to just sit behind the camera and direct people and be like, you sounded great, you got this. I would change this, this, and this. But otherwise, I just want you to be fully you and give them that confidence to really just relax into their presence. So holding space has been something that has become pretty comfy for me, but there's a bit of a lack when it comes to my ability to be the one shining. There's, a story there that I don't have things that are of value to share, that I don't have enough experience or age or wisdom. The reflection I get often from people is the exact opposite of that. They appreciate what I have to say. They appreciate my presence, my demeanor. And it's very easy to deflect those compliments and to just yeah, sure, thanks, appreciate it. But how can I let that sink in more and more of realizing I do have a place in this world. I do have a voice that's worth hearing. How can I help people who are facing the same or similar struggle of thinking of, wow, I have something that I truly know would be beneficial to people or to a lot of people, but it's hidden inside. It's hidden here, sticking your neck out, putting your hat in the arena. Those types of things are acts of bravery. So what this all boils down to is that I'm here for it all. I'm here to give what I have, to show up, to be of service, and to drop the story of my own resistance, my own self-doubt, so that I can become who I'm meant to be. How can I become a legend in this life? someone who leaves a legacy that is worth remembering. And that's a big question, one that I'll be asking all of my guests. Oftentimes when people are asked that, they let out a big sigh and they're like, wow, I realize that my life has big potential. Tapping into that is scary. So, what's the story that's in the way? And how can I let go of that? That's what this is all about. I've already recorded 4 podcasts, and those were done a year ago. That's how much resistance I've been facing around this. Not to mention, here on Maui, there was a really significant wildfire, claimed almost 100 lives, maybe more, and destroyed a town and really, hurt this community in a big way. And right after that, my wife and I decided to go stay with my parents in California and have our second child there. So now we are a family of 4. I'm a father times 2. The purpose that I'm feeling in that role of leadership and providership is now greater than ever. So this is really one of the ways that I'm leveling up my game so that I can be the type of role model that I want my kids to have. My son is 3, my daughter is 6 months. I want them to really look up to me and be like, wow, dad is here playing a big part in this community and helping people, because I want them to learn what it looks like to help people. I think that's a perfect place to wrap for this introduction. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the commitment I'm making right now on this new moon, a few days before my 35th birthday, is that I will be publishing 1 of these per week. I'm excited for that. So thanks so much, and I look forward to sharing the next episode with you next week. Take care and be well.